All right, hi Year 7. So, Miss Porter here. I just wanted to go through your homework from last night as I got quite a number of messages with a bit of confusion. So, let's go through this quickly. I will give you the extra night to do it. We will be performing the experimental part of this homework in class on Tuesday. So, let's have a read through it first. Okay, so what you need to be doing, you're going to be completing an investigation on separating colours from ink in a pen. Okay, the process of separating substances made from different colours is called chromatography. Okay, if you have a look at page 160 in your Pearson Science, you'll see a little bit about chromatography there as well. So, what we know is different solutions are composed of different solvents and solutes that may be soluble or insoluble. You'll be going through that this lesson. Okay, so that will help you to understand what we're doing for this investigation. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are separating these substances by using a separation technique, and this technique is called chromatography, and it's a separation technique that we can use to separate a mixture of different colours. So for the purpose of your practical, or the aim of your practical, is to use chromatography to see what colours are present in two differently branded black pens. Okay, now these will be markers, black markers. Okay, so what this diagram below us is showing, okay, is you've got solvent at the bottom, which will be some form of liquid, okay, and those ink spots here, these ink spots, are the initial spots that you would have placed on a piece of chromatography paper. Now what happens is that ink spot will slowly spread up the page and you'll see the separated dyes. Okay, and those separated dyes might come out in different colours. So we can tell what colours are present in the two brands of pens. Okay, now to assist with the investigation, or if you want to have a look at things further, we have two YouTube clips that you can watch, and you can find them by going to the URLs provided. Okay, so let's have a look at what we need to do. So first, you need to tell me what is your independent variable. Okay, now if you're confused, reread what your aim is. Okay, what this experiment is about. So the purpose of this practical is to use chromatography to see what colours are present in two differently branded black pens. Okay, that should give you your independent and dependent variables. You also need to tell me what variables need to be controlled. List as many as you possibly can. Okay, at least 4 will be needed to get the whole 4 marks, at least. Okay, you'll also need to tell me what equipment you might need for this test. Now, from your research into how chromatography works, that will help you establish what equipment you need. You may also find some of the information in regards to your equipment requirements on the front page, okay? Next, you need to write your method for how a fair test can be conducted to test your hypothesis. So you need to give me a step-by-step method. Now, in a step-by-step method, I don't want a paragraph. I want you to write step 1, this is what we do. Step 2, this is what we do. Step 3, this is what we do, so on and so forth, until you have finished your whole process. But I do not want a paragraph written. Okay, now if we continue on to the next page, okay, use the black chromatographs below to enter your results. So if we're entering results, it means we must have conducted the experiment. So 7 and below, okay, on your homework is to be conducted next week. All right, so it's a 2-week homework task. So here from 7 onwards, you are going to be conducting it next week, okay, once you have done the experiment in class. So you're going to use the black chromatographs below to enter your results, label the chromatographs with the separated substances and show the distances they've travelled. You're then going to fill in the table of your results. So if you see the pen brand will be needed, the number of pigments you see, the colour of those pigments, the distance travelled by the solvent, and the distance travelled by the furthest pigment. If you don't understand any of those terms, probably have a bit more of a look up as to how chromatography works. All right? Then part 10, you need to explain what you have learned from your investigation, what the outcome was from your prediction. So you need to refer back to your hypothesis and explain why. Okay? What difficulties or mistakes did you make during your investigation, and how would you do it differently to make it even fairer? Okay, and then you're writing your conclusion. So we all know what we must do for our conclusion because we've been through that in class. That is your homework task. Hope this clears up a bunch of questions and queries. If not, please message me. I'm sorry I couldn't be there today to help out, but hopefully this gives you some tips.